Just a few days ago was UFC 308, and yeah, it was a lot better of a card than I thought it would be. There were a lot of good matchups on there that we were all, kind of looking forward to. We were looking forward to Khamzat coming back against Whitaker. That match got dropped a long time ago. We're looking at a couple prospects, a lot of undefeated guys, right? You got Shara, Lerone Murphy, Magomed Ankalaev. He's not undefeated, but he's one of those top guys we were looking forward to. Ilya Taporia, of course, undefeated. Who else? Farid Basharat, Fanat Fakhranov, however you pronounce it. Sorry. Yeah, wonderful card, man. Again, I'm gonna get right into it. I'm gonna talk about the main card fights right now. First one on the main card was Shara Magomedov versus Armen Petrosyan. That was a good scrap, actually. Armen, I knew he wasn't like a bad fighter at all. He's like a really good fighter, obviously, one of the top middleweights in the world. But he was a lot better of a kickboxer than I thought he would. Like Shara is insane with his offense when it comes to kickboxing. Like he's throwing kicks like jabs and like he's throwing combos with his legs, right? A lot of fighters throw leg kicks or low kicks and stuff like that, calf kicks, whatever. This dude throws like combos with his legs. It's insane. Armen was keeping up with them. He was reddening. He was bruising up the legs of Shara. He was doing pretty well. They were going back and forth. Later in the second round, they were in an exchange, and Shara threw a spinning back fist. I don't remember. I think it hit Armen. Maybe it hit the glove. Like Armen might have blocked it. And then Shara throws a second. He uses the momentum, throws a spinning back fist, knows it doesn't connect as much as he wanted to. So he reaches around and throws a second spinning back fist, walk-off KOs Armen Petrosyan. Absolutely insane. Like he could have been losing that fight up until that point. I don't remember the scorecards, but like it was a very close fight up until that point. And Shara just, I don't know, like something in his brain was like, all right, I'm better than this guy. Why is he keeping up with me? I need to do something. I need to do something different, something special, or I just need to be a dog. And he used his technique and strength and freaking, yeah, first double spinning back fist in UFC history. We're going to be seeing that KO in highlights for a pretty long time, man. That was very impressive. Shara has looked human in his last couple fights. He's looked human. And that one made the hype light up again. You know what I mean? Great win. Dude's scary. He's got a dead eye, basically. He's a Russian dude with a dead eye. And he's like 6'2", 200 pounds. Yeah, he's an animal, dude. Can't wait to see him fight again, honestly. Next fight, Lerone Murphy versus Dan Ige. That was a good scrap. Dan Ige, he's a dog, obviously. His last fight against Diego Lopez was a good scrap. Yeah, he was, in my opinion, piecing up Lerone Murphy for the first half of this fight. Like, he was hitting Murphy with some good shots. It looks like Murphy cuts a lot of weight. Like, you can see his cheekbones a lot more than other fighters and stuff like that. Even in the fight, like he looks pretty, he's pretty shredded, man. But yeah, Dan Ige was landing his power shots, he's landing his counter straights, and he was hitting Murphy getting his attention a little bit. Murphy just, dude, he's a good striker and he's a dog. He kind of took over later in the fight. Dan Ige was slowing down a bit, not landing as many shots in the second half of the fight. Murphy took over. I don't know if Ige was hurt or if something was going on, but yeah, Murphy took over. He showed why he's undefeated, Good job to both guys. Great fight. Can't wait to see both of them fight again. Love Dan Ige. He's always there to bring it, dude. Great fight. Great fight. I don't think either guy was like super hurt. I would probably say Murphy was stunned more than Dan Ige. Murphy didn't really rock Ige, but I've seen Murphy stunned a few times in the early exchanges. Next fight, Magomed Ankalaev versus Alexander Rakic. Kind of a similar thing with Shara and Armen Petrosyan. I kind of expected Rakic not to do as well, but Rakic was actually, he's a fighter, dude, but he kind of like when he fought Yuri, which is a little bit weird when I mention this, but when he fought Yuri, he was off the back foot, but Yuri's really weird. Like, Yuri's like reaching for your hands, he's gonna throw an uppercut, he's gonna like throw a jumping knee, flying knee into the cage while you're backing up, he's gonna throw out, you don't know what he's gonna throw, he's always like going like this in your face, throwing, you don't know if he's gonna touch your face or punch your face, you know what I'm saying? Ankalaev is a good striker, but he's not like that, he's not as wild, he's more of like a pick your shots, you know. He did the same thing against Ankalaev as he did with Yuri, and I feel like if Rakic was a bit more aggressive and not on the back foot, he would have done a lot better and maybe mixed in some takedowns. This was mostly stand-up. I don't even, let's see, knockdowns 0, takedowns. Rakic was 0-1 on takedowns. Ankalaev was 0-0. So Rakic was the only one to shoot a takedown. Unsuccessful, of course. Yeah, he should have utilized a lot more takedowns, honestly. Probably could have won that fight. But yeah, he was on the back foot the whole time, pretty much. I don't know, man. Rakic was the bigger dude in there, too. That's the weird thing. I think Ankalaev is like, I think he's like 6'2", and then Rakic is 6'4", so Rakic is a big dude. And yeah, just too much on the back foot. I don't know if he's afraid of getting knocked out. He knows he has a sus chin or what it is, but good job for Ankalaev, and hopefully he gets a title shot soon so we can see Pereira knock him out, you know, show him some real striking. But nonetheless, good win from Ankalaev. He just outclassed Rakic. Co-main event, Robert Whittaker versus Khamzat Chimaev. Wow, dude. Who was expecting this? Who was expecting Khamzat to run through Robert Whittaker in the first 4 minutes of the fight? 5-round fight. We weren't sure if Khamzat Chimaev was going to be able to go in the later rounds. We know Whittaker, he doesn't get finished in the first round. Like, Whittaker he's in there for the whole entire fight. Absolutely insane. There was no stand-up. Robert probably would have pieced him up on the feet, let's be honest. But we didn't get to find out, so I can't really say. Khamzat shooting insanely fast double legs, dude. Insanely fast double legs. Robert knew it was coming, so he was kind of backing up towards the fence. Khamzat used that, just drove into his legs. Got him down, took away his... Robert got up a couple times. I think it was in the first round. I think it was in the first round. That was the only round of the fight. I think it was like way earlier where Robert, he was doing good scrambles. He got up to his feet, and then Khamzat's just relentless, dude. He just goes for your legs. He's taking away your post. He's knocking you back down. He's pulling your feet away. Dude, he eventually, one of the last takedowns, he eventually got to Rob's neck. Had his, forearm bicep over Rob's face, over his mouth, just cranked it, and Robert tapped immediately. There was no, oh, I think the choke is in, oh, it's slipping, oh, it's under the neck, he's gonna tap, da, 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 da. You know what I mean? It was, tap. Robert tapped immediately, and then we found out why. After Robert posted the picture, he was probably embarrassed. He tapped in the first round of a, title elimination bout, basically. And he showed a picture of his jaw absolutely smashed. So Khamzat, I did see an elbow somewhere in there, like he was elbowing Whittaker. I don't know if that started it, but he crushed his jaw, basically. And Whittaker has, like, not a whole row of bottom teeth. He's got, like, 4 teeth on the bottom. And those were all smashed. So good job to Khamzat Chimaev. He's back. He is a 185er. I think the only reason why he went the distance with Gilbert Burns is because that was at 170. Yeah, I don't think he was a complete fighter. It's kind of like Alex Pereira when Alex was at 185. Yeah, he's good. He's got the technique. He doesn't have the strength and conditioning as he does at 185. So Khamzat is probably a champion at 185. We're going to find that out really quick. He finished Whitaker in the first round. Adesanya couldn't even do that. You know what I mean? So, yeah, good win by Khamzat Chimaev. He's 14-0, still undefeated, back after over a year layoff. Different fighter. He's got more hair now. He's calm. He's wearing glasses. He's respectful. Dude, Khamzat Chimaev is back. Khamzat Chimaev is back. Can't wait to see his next fight. Probably an actual, title elimination. Or if they just give him the shot. I'd rather see that. But Strickland is supposed to be getting it. Unfortunately, nobody wants to see that again. Anyways, good job by Khamzat. And to Whitaker, he's always a dog. He's a down-to-earth dude, and I hope he recovers well because we want to see him fight. He's young, dude. He's like in his early 30s, so we want to see him get back in there and fight some contenders, Good win, Khamzat. Main event of the evening. Also, who saw this coming? Probably a lot of people, to be honest with you. But, yeah, Ilia Topuria, Max Holloway, main event, title fight, featherweight championship. Was going pretty good. Max was doing his thing, using his footwork, using his boxing, long range, picking apart Ilia a little bit, not really touch. He was like pitter-pattering him, you know what I mean? And Ilia was getting his combos in first 2 rounds. I'm trying to find Max. Max is kind of hard to find, you know what I mean? He's all around. He's got long range. Ilia was landing on Max. There was probably 3 to 5 times where he was getting the combos going. I was just getting flashbacks of Volk, dude. I was getting flashbacks of Volk. I'm like, dude, as soon as he gets Max against the fence, it's over. Max has to get out of there. And I'm also wondering at the same time while that's happening, while Ilya's closing the distance on Max, I'm thinking in my head, I'm like, dude, what's going through Max's mind? Obviously, he's trying to get out of there and not get knocked out because he's well aware of what can happen. But I'm like, dude, what is this guy thinking? This guy's crazy. He thinks, what is he going to do to Ilya? He's not going to land a shot like that against Ilya that he did Gaethje. You know what I mean? Like, what is this guy thinking? You got to be confident as a fighter. But anyways, I'm just rambling, dude. I don't know. Who's going to beat Ilya? How? Like, if Jai Herbert somehow had like a boost in his leg kick when he landed that, he probably would have finished Ilya. But yeah, I don't know. That was an amazing performance. Later in the 3rd round, actually earlier in the 3rd round, later in the fight, Ilya finally got Max up against the fence a little bit. Landed, I think it was a left hook. Rocked Max. Max went down. Ilya followed him to the ground, and he was landing hammer fist on Max. Max was this close to being stiff, but Max was out of it, dude. I looked at his eyes. I looked at a picture of his eyes, and he was like looking up. He was out, but he wasn't like stiff as a board like Bryce Mitchell stiff, but he was a couple punches away from that. So yeah, dude. Insane performance by Ilia Topuria. He's going to be one of the greatest fighters up there with, Islam, up there with Pereira. Dude, he's just destroying legends and champions. And that's what Islam did. That's what Alex is doing. Just insane night of fights. Good job, Ilia Topuria. He's the mini Alex Pereira, I'm pretty sure it's safe to say. He's got devastating power in his hands at featherweight, which you don't really see much of. So, cannot wait to see his next fight. Yeah, good job, Ilya. Amazing performance. the Max blessed uncrackable chin has been cracked. We'll see. Also, Volk came into the ring after the fight, like he was next in line, which, dude, that was so cringe. Who wants to see that? He just got knocked out cold. I think it was the second round. Knocked out cold against Ilya. And he's in the ring, like he's next when Diego Lopez is in the crowd. I don't understand that. Like, we want to see Diego Lopez, a young fighter just like Ilya, around the same age. We want to see them fight. Not a dude who's already been knocked out. But UFC is going to do what UFC does. Whatever, they're going to give respect and the upper hand to their, legends. It is what it is. We don't want to see that. We don't care to see Volk get knocked out again. I mean, if it gets set up, which it probably is, I'm cool with seeing him get knocked out. I'm not like looking forward to the match, but hey, we get to see another Ilya knockout, so screw it, man. Yeah, great night of fights, dude. Man, a lot of not like surprises, but a lot of like upsetting, like Whitaker, Max, like a lot of I think a new era is here, guys. I think a new era is here. We're living in it currently. So, yeah, great night of fights. That's about it from me. If you guys haven't seen the fights, go and watch them if you can. At least the prelims. Prelims were amazing. Yeah, some good knockouts, that's for sure. Bye, guys.